Hello everybody, AndrewCyberBird here, and welcome back to another Redstone video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this 3x3 spiral door in Minecraft 1.16.5, and it's will work on previous versions. Obviously this is the version that I'm playing in. And what's really nice about this door is that, first of all, 3x3 is just a really nice size for a piston door, and it is a near perfect spiral, as you can see from this. Really beautiful animation on the opening and closing sequence, so it's a really nice door if you're looking for something fancier or just like that. And it is also one wide tileable, so you can stack these up next to each other. You can go as far back as you want, and I'll show you at the end of the video how you can actually stack these up to make a really cool animation with other doors. But without further ado, I'm just going to stand right here in case you don't need a tutorial, but if you do, I'm just going to head and hop right into it. Another advantage of this door is it is also relatively cheap, so all you need is 15 of the building blocks, and this is the blocks that are actually going to be making up your door, so usually you want them to be looking pretty nice, and then 9 blocks for in the actual redstone, so they can be any solid block. You need 13 observers, 10 sticky pistons, 4 powered rails or activator rails, both will work, 3 regular pistons, 3 note blocks, and 1 repeater, and then for the activation you just need a single lever as well. So let's go ahead and break that, get that in our inventory, and let's go ahead and start building. The first thing we're going to be doing to build this is we're going to start with our piston layout. So go ahead and come 1 block up from the ground and place 2 sticky pistons on top of each other. And then we're actually going to go place the frame blocks these are the blocks that are actually going to be part of the door. So go ahead and just come around just like this and leave this one corner right here empty just like this. This is just going to make it easier to be able to know where your pistons are going to go. And then after that, you want to place a sticky piston right here on point. Well, I'm going to be pushing that block right there. And then you want 2 pistons right here and here on top of each other. That won't be pushed. And then all 3 on the top here, just like this. And then again, 2 more pistons right here, sticky pistons obviously, just like that. So these 3 push these 3 blocks, those 2, and then this one deals with that block, and then that one pushes across to deal with both of these. And now for the actual redstone, we're going to be starting bottom to top because this is where the spiral starts. So go ahead and start 1 block with a 1 block gap in between the sticky pistons and your input block. You can go ahead and put a lever on it if you want to, not necessary at the moment. But go ahead and place a note block on the other side of it, and then 2 observers pointing this way into a solid block with a piston pointing upwards, and then an observer observing when that arm extends into a 4-tick repeater just like that, and then observer pointing upwards, and then also you need observer back here on this note block pointing upwards like that, and that is actually going to deal with the double piston extension and retraction just like that. So then the only thing you need to do to fire this piston right here, place a observer 1 block up just like that, and then point it into a block. So if you flick the lever now, you will get that, and then on the retraction, just like that. And now coming to the side to continue the spiral, you want to place a regular piston right here with a observer 1 block above it just like this, observing when the arm extends, into a solid block, and then a note block right here. This is actually going to power this piston right here, and this note block is there for an update. And then go ahead and place a bowl or something, some other block on top of it. This just mutes it because it's really annoying to hear that dinging sound in your door. Then you want a regular piston right there above that block, right like that. And then a observer pointing into a solid block. So this is going to deal with this piston. And then to deal with the other 2 pistons, an observer here and here. And that is actually going to deal with both of these. And then you need another note block right here. And then just replace those blocks real quick. And this note block actually right here can also be a rail. It's just a really annoying thing to do. You can mute this. I know this makes it 1 block bigger. That's why I don't have it in the schematic. But yeah, just mute it, or you can make a trapdoor, a hopper, a fence gate, anything that gives an update. I'm just going to mute it for now. And then coming over to our final side, what we need to do is place a solid block on this bottom sticky piston here with an observer pointing upwards, and then you need actually a second observer pointing upwards right there as well. And then to trigger the top piston, you need observer with a 1 block gap. Now you need to not put anything here, or else it will screw up the timings of the bottom one. But this one actually quasi powers this one because it would power the block, but there's no block there, so that's going to work. And then just to wire it up, all you need is just place rails, and actually you need a solid block right there. And there you go, just like that. And that is actually your whole door. So if you flick the lever, it works perfectly and beautifully. One other thing real quick before we move on to how to combine these doors, you actually can replace these with iron doors, these pistons that point upwards right here, because All they need is just be a 2-block extension, so you actually can place the doors. The only reason I don't is, yeah, you can hear the doors when you open and close the door, and you really don't need them to be doors. You already have piston sounds, so I just have them as pistons. But if you like the door sounds, you can make them iron doors if you'd like that instead. Now, just in case you actually want to have multiple doors of these stacked, because I mean they're one tile, so you can always stack them if you want to. I'm going to show you some really cool tricks you can do. So these diamond blocks right here, I'm actually going to break, but they were the input blocks. I'm just going to replace it with those. So the really nice thing about this one is because the way that it's designed, you have a really nice open space here to be able to add your input. And all you have to do is just power a block right here next to no blocks to activate it. So it's a really easy activation and really open space. So if you wanted to simply have a bunch of these lined up next to each other, you can just grab some dust just like this, put it all on top like that, and then once you activate it, all of them will be in sync just like that. Now, being able to open all the doors at once is kind of cool and all, but I think what's cooler is actually making the spiral doors open in a spiral pattern. And it's actually pretty easy. So all you got to do is put a line of observers that point into the blocks just like this. And like that. And then go ahead and place an observer here, and then just place a line of observers just like this. Now, if you go ahead and slap a lever on this first one, and then you flick it, and you can see on the closing isn't the coolest animation, but look at the opening. You have this nice snaking door pattern. I think this absolutely looks cool. And you know, of course, you can go bigger than 5. You can go 10, 15, and of course, the more you go, the cooler the animation is going to be. And you can also, if you wanted to, make it a little bit slower. You can use repeaters and then just make sure that all of your blocks are matched up and not going to break if you open it. You can do that. Flip the lever. Again, closing isn't the coolest, but opening, that's pretty cool. Well, that is pretty much it for this tutorial. So if you guys did enjoy, please go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions about this store or any other related questions to this, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. I will go ahead and answer them to the best of my ability. But also, thank you everybody so much. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.